Go Mavs. Check 1, 2. Hey, hey, go Mavs. Check 1, check 2. Check test 1. Check, hey 1. Hey, go Mavs. Check 1, check 2. Mic test. It's the University of Nebraska Omaha, ACHA Hockey, live from Holland Ice at Baxter Arena. The Omaha Mavericks take on the Dordt Defenders in an ACHA Division III contest. Welcome, one and all. The Mavericks are back at Baxter Arena, kicking off a 7-game homestand that will take up the next 4 weekends. Omaha, ranked 16th in the land, begins the slate with a 2-game MACHA West Division battle, a budding rivalry with the 11th-ranked Dordt Defenders of Sioux Center, Iowa. The Mavericks, winners of their last 4, will look for more offense from Blake Glazer, the freshman phenom from Kearney, Nebraska, who sits atop the ACHA in terms of points with 62. He had a hat trick last time out as Omaha skated to a 2-game sweep over Arkansas a week ago. On the other side, it's been over a month since the defenders last took the ice against KU on December 5th and 6th. Those were wins number 18 and 19 in a row for Dordt, as they have yet to lose a contest this season. This 2-game tilt is the first and only scheduled matchup of the campaign between Dordt and Omaha, but the defenders have owned this one-sided affair through the first 13 meetings. DU is 12-1 in meetings with Omaha dating back to 2021. The two sides met 3 times in the 24-25 season, with Omaha gaining a split and their first ever victory over Dordt in a home-and-home matchup last December. The season wrapped up with a third and final one-off matchup in Sioux Center, which Dordt took by a score of 10-3. But the mark last season, a 2-1 victory right back at Baxter Arena, the last time that Dordt and Omaha worked together, stands as the only Maverick victory in this season series, an all-time series that started back in 2021. Coach Tyler Morgan, 2-time ACHA, MACHA Coach of the Year for the defenders, has been behind the bench for all 13 matchups. Coach Harahill just getting going with the Mavs, his 3rd season. He's been involved in 5 contests so far against Dordt. We will take a break, pause for the anthem before a huge divisional matchup between Omaha and Dordt here from Baxter Arena. Welcome back to Holland Ice. Alongside our producer, Caden McDermott, I'm Nate Obrecht here with you on the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube channel for the 14th all-time meeting between the Omaha Mavericks and Dordt Defenders. We've got a full house here in front of the Mavericks and Defenders, who are about set to head to that face-off dot. And heading out there for Dordt will be the freshman Tim Nansen in net. Freshman out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota. He's 10-0 with 6 shutouts on the year. Out in front of him on defense is Preston Waggy, another freshman, and Zach Espenson, the veteran defenseman, and one of many Espensons that have traveled through the defender ranks over the past few seasons. On the left wing for Dordt will be Mason Spacher, one of the leading goal scorers on the squad. He's centered by another freshman, Connor Paraxlis, and the right wing, Ruben Orneman. For the Mavericks, Cameron Moore gets his 10th start of the game. 8 wins and 1 tie on Moore's record for the season. He's already got more than he had last year with 5. Out in front of him on defense is Charlie Lowndes, the big rig on the blue line, and Zach Farnsworth as Dordt steers one towards Moore. It's on the side of the cage and leaks out front. A whistle blows as the net's dislodged, and we can get you the rest of the Maverick 5. So it's Lowndes and Farnsworth out in front of Moore, who just had the net pushed off behind him Wyatt Wagner on the left wing, the freshman with 17 points this year out of Omaha. Centered by Austin Tessier, the Airdrie, Alberta native, transferred from Midland for his sophomore season. And Chase Mann, the Sioux Cityite, back for his second year with the Mavs and back for his second weekend series after suffering a concussion against KU back in November. Puck out to center and on the stick of Chase Mann. Mann bringing it in the offensive zone for the first time for Omaha. Ramps off a stick blade of Wagi and to the corner. Dordt plays that one out to center. Farnsworth quick to dump it back in. Just 30 seconds have gone by in the 14th all-time meeting between Dordt and Omaha as the Mavs force a turnover. Mann down to Wagner, left behind for Chase Mann. Mann behind the cage, circles around, gives it to Wagner. He can't hang on to it. Chased to the corner by Zach Espenson. He will settle it down as Omaha heads to the bench for a line change. Puck turned over at the point. The ACHA's leading point getter, Blake Glazer, touching the puck for the first time tonight, fresh off of his second hat trick of the season against Arkansas a week ago. Back the other way comes Ruben Orneman, pressured by Lounge, shot right into the pads of Moore. He gets his first save of the game. To the point line it goes. Pass across for Benson. Benson fires one right into the shin pads of Cam Forries, back for his second weekend of action after he was injured in the Big Classic in November. Puck played around the back wall. Nick Espenson, the newest Espenson, and a long line of them for Dordt. His older brother, Zach, heavily involved in recruiting Nick to DU. This his first season out of Windham, Minnesota. Bringing it in is Ryland Beanstra, second in the ACHA in goals, third in points with 52. Just behind Blake Glazer is Ryland Beanstra among the league leaders. Quick whistle from our official, Todd Lucina. And question marks raised from both the Maverick and defender benches. But it will bring an offensive zone draw for Omaha and even 2 minutes into the contest. No score yet. Again, just 2 minutes gone by. But these two offenses, very potent when they can get going. Omaha with a gross amount of 144 goals over 25 games, an average of 5.76. As Shea fires one, tipped out in front up into the netting, pitch taken down, but there will be no whistle as Dordt heads off for a defensive zone line change. On the other end, the defenders, 157 goals in just 19 games played, an average close to 9 goals a game. Conversely, the defenses have been solid for these two squads. Dordt with an average of 1.4 goals against, and Omaha an average of 2 goals against per game. Omaha wins that draw, and Fish bowls over his man. That was Christopher Jansen, who got a rude awakening from the freshman Carson Fitch. And the puck is played out to center. Nate Mitchell dumps that one back in. Missed last weekend, but back in action for the biggest series of the year so far. Pass across, shot missed by Levi Loken. Just stand on the shot. Skipped off of his stick to the corner. Mitchell doing battle with a couple of Dordt defenders. Lifted up to the point, but kept in by Torlina. Torlina to Loken. Back to the point. Torlina fires. Looked to be tipped out in front, but it went over the crossbar unabated. Moore had that one covered for a second, played onto a stick, and cleared out to center ice. 3 minutes have gone by. Noah Dirkschneider regathers for the Mavs. Long two-line pass, looking for Epperson. His stick was ripped out of his hands by Zach Espenson. To Carrolls, who fires one wide. Possibly deflected there by Noah Dirkschneider, and out with it comes Epperson. Lucas Epperson of the Mavericks against Zach and Nick Espenson of the Defenders. That one will be fun to watch and a tongue twister for this broadcaster all game. As Orneman tracks this one back to center and dumps it the rest of the way down. As the Mavs touch up, we get a high stick call and our first penalty of the contest. It'll go on the 5'6" Lucas Epperson. Tough to see how he could get a stick up above the shoulders of anybody on Dordt, but he is the one who gets the first penalty of the game for either side, and it comes at 3:36 of period number 1. A high stick call on Epperson, and Omaha clears it out within the first 10 seconds of the Dordt man advantage. That will be key for both squads staying out of the box. The Mavs especially, as they turn it over here. Center ice shot, save, and a rebound is in. A baseball swing from Ruben Orneman on the power play, and the defenders go up 1-0. It's Ruben Orneman, his 21st goal of the season. And he's got Dordt in front early. On the man advantage, on the 6th shot of the game, it beat Moore on the rebound. Moore made the initial shot save off of Mason Spacher's stick, but could not catch up with the rebound, which was batted about waist high out of midair. Glazer brings it back in on the counter attack. Taken down hard in the corner, and he gives up the puck behind the cage. Still being held onto by Benson as the puck could not be cleared out past Troy Hunsaker, the captain. Gives a reverse hit. Puck still loose for Tyler Shermer. Shermer picks that one up. Glazer settles it down. Shermer onto it, looking for the net front. Turns, fires, and it's off the side of Tyler Welsh and goes behind the cage. Lifted off the glass, sent all the way down. The puck on its edge, but will go far enough to become icing. So another offensive zone draw. Dordt will not be allowed to change, being guilty of the icing. And Omaha gets their fresh guys out there 4 minutes, 50 seconds into the first. And the defensive zone draw won by the defenders, but an errant play by, that was Dolman. He does force the turnover again, and Dordt this time clears to center. Dolman dumps it the rest of the way down. Omaha first to it as Mitchell touches up. Gives it to Dirk Schneider. Omaha looking for a lane to break out. Tessier finds Mann, and they're into the offensive zone. Mann taken down by a defender. No call there. It happened right in front of the official as Wagner brings it in on the backhand, stops in the corner, turns and looks. At the hash marks, he finds Mitchell. Quick pass over to Farnsworth, couldn't track it down, and it's intercepted by Spacher. Back the other way, 2 against 1. Mason Spacher shoots one on towards Moore, picks up his own rebound, fires another one from a sharp angle, and it's saved again. Now, a third shot is blocked by Farnsworth up into the netting, and we'll get a whistle. 3 good chances all by himself down there for Mason Spacher. Spacher out of Swamico, Wisconsin, played for the Bayport Pirates, now the Bay Area Storm. New this year, they consolidated with Ashwaubenon after low numbers in both programs forced the consolidation and name change up there in the Green Bay area. Omaha can't get this one clear. Mason Carroll fires one redirected wide. To the corner it goes. Bart had it for a moment. Instead, it's the big rig, Charlie Lowndes, getting it out to center for Kraut. Braden Kraut working in. Out man, but he is able to find Charlie Shea. Charlie Shea looking for Fitch out front. Intercepted and played out by Zach Espenson. Espenson to Loken, looking for Bart. Couldn't catch up with that pass. And Lowndes takes it, banking it off the glass. And it's out to center. 13.5 to go in the first. Shot 7-2 in favor of the defenders. The score 1-0 in favor of the same. Farnsworth to Fitch, and they dump it the rest of the way down and go for a fire wagon change. Regrouping with this one, Ryland Veenstra. Veenstra rings this one around the back wall. Hunsaker there, the captain, getting his first action in 2026. Had an Air Force drill weekend last time out when the Mavs were in Arkansas, so he was not able to play down in Fayetteville. Puck grabbed and lifted to center ice. Tracked down by Cam Fories. He finds Glazer in the Mavs circle into the offensive zone. Glazer fires. Stick save made by Nansen. Rebound chance loose in front. Shermer tracks it to the corner. To Glazer. Pressured there. Looking to find Shermer. It's intercepted instead by Paraxlis. Paraxlis looking for Horniman. It deflects off of his skates and up into the bench. We'll have an offensive zone draw for the Mavericks. And linesman Josh Evans letting Dordt know that a puck out on them means they cannot get the line change in the defensive zone. So back out on the ice are the DU5 from before the stoppage, and it didn't matter. Glazer played that one out front, intercepted by Paraxlis. His brothers watching down, I should say up in New Hampshire. So we'll give a shout out to the Paraxlis bros tuning in from the East Coast tonight, as their brother will get another shot at a face-off draw here in his own end off of the icing. 12:20 to go in the first. Paraxlis opposite Ryan Hedquist for Omaha. Hedquist wins this one straight back to Fories. Fories holds, shoots right into the shin pads of Spacer. Another chance for Fories to Glazer. Fires one. Another shot blocked. Omaha able to keep this one in. Jansen finds it and plays it out to center for Dordt. Off of a skate, and it goes all the way down. Icing waved off is tracking that one down is Torlina. Torlina rushes ahead. Dances around one man, moves into the offensive zone. Tried to go through the wickets, but it's played out. Good stick by Cam Fories. And the puck rung to the near side for Glazer. Glazer can't lift it past Paraxlis. He plays it to the center. Intercepted for a moment. Spacer fires, and it's saved by Moore. Puck played out. Glazer. 1-on-3, and he takes a big charge from Horniman. No orange arms in the air, but that was way more than 3 strides to get to Glazer, and no let up as Tessier fires, redirected by Wagner, and it's into the corner. Glazer finds that one. Looking for Mitchell. He couldn't track it. Paraxlis takes a jab from Mitchell, and Nate stays on it. Nate Mitchell, Minnesota native, rings around the back wall. Played out to Beth at the corner. Poke check free from him. Mason Carrolls 1-on-3 against the Maverick D, and he's played off the puck quickly by Chase Mann as he entered the offensive zone. Omaha regroups. Down 1-0 off the power play goal from Ruben Orneman. Chase Mann tried to deke out the defense with a glove pass, and that one will be blown down. A carry, if you can call it that. Maybe we've been watching too much basketball. The Mavs back in action tomorrow out on the road. That is the Mavericks basketball squad, Summit League champs, and NCAA tournament members from a year ago. About the same time they're going, we will be getting ready for round 2 as this 2-game set wraps up tomorrow with a 6:30 puck drop here at Holland Ice. Omaha clears to center. Tessier trying to beat out Welsh for the puck. Welsh stays on it, gets it to his defensive line mate, Benson. He sends it to center where Lowndes collects for the Mavs. Lowndes sent it sky high to center ice. Bradley plays it ahead into the offensive zone, but right as he stepped over the blue line, the puck was poke checked back to center. Lowndes will try again up the near side. He turns, looks, takes a big hit. Rebound loose on the doorstep. Diving poke check stop by Welsh. Keeps that one out of the crease. Lowndes sends it back down low. Epperson first to it. Gives it for Bradley. Bradley centered it back out in front. Epperson was there, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Omaha fans letting their voices be heard as we are over the halfway point of period 1. 9:30 to go. Farnsworth tried to tip it off Bradley's stick. They'll say he got the touch-up. And it's down low for James Shea. Jimmy Shea back out to the point for Fories. Stops there. Fires one into the shin pads of Jansen. Played out by Veenstra. The speedy Ryland Veenstra left it behind, but offside were the defenders. And the puck will be dropped from the neutral zone right in front of third-year coach Nick Harrahill, who picked up wins number 50 and 51 in his 3-year career with the Mavericks last weekend in Arkansas. Congratulations to Coach Harrahill, 50 wins and now 51 in his third year behind the bench of Omaha. This one at center ice, Fitch couldn't control it, played up ahead for Dolman. Dolman and Fitch, teammates on the Sioux City Metro squad that won a national championship in the high school division in 2024. Fitch dumps this one in on the attack. Jansen first to it for Dordt. Jansen, a sophomore out of Rosedale, British Columbia, brings it up the back wall. Praxis can't hang on to it. Stripped of the puck by Fories and turned back to Hunsaker in his own end. Off the stick of Croughton on net to Nansen. Haven't called his name too much tonight as he covers that one up and holds for a whistle at 8:20 of the first. Omaha starting to close that gap in the shot total. It is now 7-5 shots in favor of Dordt. 1-0 our score. That goal came at 4 minutes and 3 seconds of the first on the power play by Ruben Horneman. Mason Spacher sends this one on net from outside the zone, and Moore will track that one into his glove and hold for a whistle to his left. Dordt wins the offensive zone draw. Shot in from the point from Espenson, and that one's wide. Mitchell can't get it out. Kept in by Praxis, left for Horneman. Horneman, some trouble holding on to it. Takes a hit from Mitchell, and the puck is out to center. Quickly dumping that one back in is Preston Waggy. It ricochets off the back wall before Omaha gains possession. Taking a second to break this one out is Wyatt Wagner. He takes it out of his own zone himself. Wagner from defense to offensive zones. Pinned up against the wall there. Plays it out to center. Intercepted by Praxis. Cross ice to Waggy, and he rings it into the offensive zone for Dordt. Tessier sends it right back out, and Waggy to Benson now on the blue line for the defenders. He sends this one 100 feet down from the center ice line. Loken picks it up there through the wickets of Schirmer. Levi Loken goes behind the cage in the offensive zone. That's where he loses the puck. Picked up by Blake Glazer, the freshman. He'll look ahead with it. Has a couple of guys with him. Glazer into the offensive zone. No, it was trapped in the skates of a linesman, and Hedquist has to take it back in to the Mavericks end. Left behind. A lot of neutral zone time here for both sides, and Loken dumps this one in on the attack. Omaha starts out with it once more. Pass behind Glazer. Had to reach out with his back skate. Schirmer sends this one forward. Hand pass negated, and he's into the offensive zone after a couple of defenders took each other out of the play. Chopped down at the blue line. Delayed call coming up on Dordt as Hunsaker sends this one in. The defenders touch up, and we'll see who skates off for DU. Tripping will be the call on Andrew Benson. Benson off at 13 minutes, 44 seconds of the first for tripping. And Dordt, right off of their first penalty kill face-off draw, send it the length of the ice. Dirk Schneider from behind his own net. Looks to the near side for Wagner. Back to Dirk Schneider, and they dump it into the offensive zone. A minute and a half to go on the Mavericks' first man advantage. Mitchell can't keep it between his skates. Back the other way for Nick Espenson. May have a step on Dort's net as he stops at the start of the crease, and he tries to send it in, but a shutdown save by Cam Moore. And he's taken out of the play by Nate Mitchell. But a great stop there on the doorstep by Cam Moore, who was kind of hung out to dry by the rest of his squad. Glazer gets out there for the Mavs. 1 against 4 comes Blake Glazer into the offensive zone with a minute to go on the power play. Glazer leaves it behind the cage. Played there by Hedquist. Pressure from Waggy. It goes to the near side where Shermer collects. Pinned up against the wall by Paraxlis. Turned over and sent the length of the ice by Tristan Schlechter. Lowndes starts and now stops behind the cage of Moore. Glazer to Hedquist, now Fories. Back to Hedquist at the blue line. Across ice to Glazer. Lowndes from the blue line fires one right into the shin pads of Loken. To the near side corner it goes. Checking that one down was Welsh, but he couldn't clear. Good keep of the line from Lowndes with 13 seconds to go. Hedquist tried to get it back to him. Lowndes tracks it to the corner. Mitchell to Glazer, now to Lowndes again. Hash marks for Glazer. Stops. Now retreats to the top of the zone. Pressure out there from Welsh. And as Benson gets let out of the box, DU 1 for 1 on the penalty kill, and power play. As Omaha regains possession in the offensive zone. Shermer shoulders off a hit from Jansen. The puck played out to center by Bart. Bart in with Horniman, shoots one high over the cage, may have been deflected off a shin pad in front. Wraparound chance from Spacher. He couldn't get that one on net. Shot from the point goes wide, deflected out by Shermer. Fitch, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first, gets it to Hedquist, chips it cross ice. Dordt picks it up and sends it back on net on the dump in. 3.5 minutes to go in the first. Fitch tried to find Kraut. Kraut was looking for forehand side. It went to the backhand side and an errant pass all the way down. Manson settles that one down for his defense. Spacher clears it to center, intercepted by Nate Mitchell. Mitchell gets that back and dumps it down with 3:05 to go. 1-0 Dordt. The goal came way back. 16 minutes left on the board when Orneman scored, and he's on the backhand. Leaves it across ice, and a great save by Cam Moore. Rebound chance, and he saves another one on his belly. What a couple of stops by Cameron Moore, keeping this one right at a 1-0 game, and Omaha gets it from back out to center ice. Oh, what a beauty of a couple of saves from the sophomore out of St. Catharines, Ontario, Cameron Moore. Oh, man, the second one was pure desperation, and he just shut Spacher down on the doorstep. Dordt dumps it back in. Omaha quickly sends it back out. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first. Bradley can't hang on to it in the offensive zone. Waggy takes it over. Stick lift. Epperson doing battle, but it's off the glass. Kept in by Hunsaker. Epperson looking cross ice. Intercepted out there by Nick Espenson. Espenson picks it back up. Gives it down low to Tegan Dolman. Cross ice for Bart. Save made by Moore. To the wall it goes. Moore with an impressive number of saves here. 10 of them, but they've all been acrobatic and desperation stops. Another one. This one, an easier one. Sticked away, and he takes a jab there. Covering up on that puck. Got rattled in the cage by a defender going across his crease. He'll shake off the cheap shot and get set for a draw to his left. This one actually looks like they'll be getting it to his right as the Maverick captain discussing with our official what he didn't see there, but perhaps. As we're down to 1:42 to go in the first. The Dordt fans don't agree with me. Draw one by Omaha, sent out to center ice. Pressure from Welsh forces the puck back to center. Hunsaker sends this one in. Long pass looking for a cherry picker waiting behind was Connor Paraxlis. Intercepted at center ice. Loken picks it back up and takes it into the offensive zone. Mason Carrolls fires from the point. That one well wide. Rings around. Picked up by Welsh. He shoots one. Didn't get through the fray in front. 70 seconds to go and ticking away. Dordt still in the offensive zone, but Omaha with the puck. Hunsaker can't get it through Carrolls. To the wall. It's pinned up there. Orneman can't win it back. And it's Hedquist leaving it there for Hunsaker. Can't ring it around the wall. Carrolls does find it in his skates. Fires one from the boards. And more with the glove save. No action on top of his crease this time. He was allowed to get up cleanly with 49 seconds to go in the period. Packed house here tonight. A lot of Dordt fans and supporters have made the trip 150 miles down I-29 to be here to watch their Blades take on the Mavericks of the Missouri. And they've got the 1-0 lead here, and the puck in the offensive zone. Torlina dumps it to the corner. Picked off by Farnsworth, looking on the far side for Shea. Charlie Shea sends this one sky high, airmails it out to center ice, turned over in the offensive zone. Kraut gets it to Fitch, look back towards the center. 16 seconds to go, and Horneman starts out with it. Shea takes him down, puck over to Paraxlis, but offside on that play. A little too anxious was Mason Spacher, and with 10.4 seconds to go in the first, we have a center ice draw in a 1-0 game. Dordt got that one 4 minutes and 3 seconds into the first and on the power play. 1-for-1 are the defenders on the man advantage today, a 43.3% average on the man advantage to begin this second semester of play. With 2 seconds and 1, it bounces off of a linesman, Jim Casper, and that, with the horn, brings us to the end of period number 1. Shots are in favor of the defenders by way 13-5, and the score reflects that as Dordt takes a 1-0 lead into the locker room. We will be right back with you here for period number 2 between Omaha and Dordt. You're watching the UNO ACHA Mavericks on YouTube. Welcome back, period number 2. You're watching the UNO ACHA Mavericks channel on YouTube. Nate Obrecht here with you. We saw one goal in the first period between number 11 Dordt and number 16 Omaha. That one was in favor of the defenders as Ruben Orneman got his 21st goal of the season. It came on the power play as Dordt now 30 for its 68 power play chances this season. We begin the second set of 20 and even 5-on-5 as Omaha still getting back out to the bench from the intermission break. And we are A-okay with that, given that ice some time to set up. As Fitch and Tessier round out the Maverick lineup, they huddle in front of Coach Harrahill before breaking for center ice the second frame of 20 minutes. Through the first set of 20, Omaha mustered 5 shots on goal, all 5 saved by Tim Nansen, freshman out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota, with a record of 10-0 on the year. Opposite him, Cam Moore, a busy period of work for the sophomore as he stopped 12 of 13 defender shots on goal. A couple of desperate, acrobatic, and flat-out amazing saves from Cameron Moore there towards the latter stages of the first. And here we are, period number 2. Dordt takes this one back to its own end. Shermer wins the puck back to Glazer. From Shermer, he fires into the shin pads of Welsh. Tracked down by Hedquist. Played behind the cage. Glazer left it back out front, intercepted by Benson. And out with it skate the defenders. Andrew Benson dumps this one in out of Worthington, Minnesota. Paraxlis taken down along the hash marks of the far side. Played out to the center. Spacher fires into the shin pads of Charlie Lowndes. Out to the point. Tip shot. Didn't get through. Another block for Charlie Lowndes on defense for Omaha. Puck played out to the blue line. Benson backhanded it towards the net. Farnsworth had his stick hooked and couldn't clear that one. 3-on-2 of the defenders to Paraxlis. He couldn't get a shot off. It's out to the blue line. A shot in from Torlina, and that one didn't get all the way through to Moore. Glazer plays this one ahead. Narrowly avoiding the too many men call was Dolman as he plays this one to the point. And just barely kept in by Paraxlis, who heads out for a change. Omaha gets its men on the ice as it's back out to center ice. Taking it in is Nick Espenson. He has it poked off of his stick and played out too far for anybody. But Nansen stops that puck just before it hits the goal line. And it's cleared out the rest of the way by the defenders. A minute 50 gone in period number 2. 2 shots on goal to report for Dordt. None yet for the Mavs in the second. As crashing in was Tessier. He couldn't hang on to that puck. It's back out to Veenstra. Veenstra working in. Tried to find Dolman. Kicked out of harm's way by Hunsaker. Captain Hunsaker finds Wagner at center ice. Into the offensive zone. 2-on-2. Wagner tried to dance around Waggy. He picks up that puck in the corner. Left it behind for Mann. Mann to Fories. The give and go. Turned out front. Kraut couldn't get the shot off. Hunsaker shoots one in. Tipped and possibly blocked by the stick of Nansen. Sent out to center, and Wagner retreats to his own end before finding Kraut at center ice. Waggy intercepts, gives to Zach Espenson. Break right on the crease. 2 great saves by Moore. It's still loose on the doorstep. Logan couldn't get a shot off. Now he finds the rebound. Tries to send it in front of the net, and it goes just wide. Oh, man, that puck just froze up there on the crease. And Cam Moore with a couple more to add to his totals. Back the other way come the Mavs. 3-on-2, but interfered with was Kraut, and Shea has to pick that one up from the blue line. Charlie Shea trying to work it through Loken, doing his best on defense. He gets it up ahead to center ice. And as Omaha touches up, Cam Forey's on the puck there. It is a slashing call against the Mavs. They head back to the box. Braden Kraut, the guilty party. Yikes. Kraut off for tripping. 3 minutes, 24 seconds into the second. It gives Dordt its second power play of the game. 1 for 1 so far. And they get set up in the offensive zone. Welsh can't get it through the bodies in front. Blocked out by Glazer. Veenstra can't hang on to it. Intercepted by Ryan Hedquist. Hedquist with the boost to speed. The pass is man on the Mavericks. Works into the offensive zone. Shoots one. Against it over. And misses it wide. He misses it wide and off the cage. And back the other way come the defenders. That roar you heard, half thought the Mavericks had tied this game up, and the other were celebrating the great play by Nansen in net for DU. Either way, Dordt got a shot off, and it's back out to center ice off the Maverick clear. My goodness. Hedquist had everyone fooled as Nick Espenson left it back out in front. Great play there by Chase Mann, crashing in and taking out a man waiting in the slot. Mason Carrolls gets it to the point. Dolman can't hang on to it. Great play by Hedquist. He sends it the length of the ice. And Nansen has to play it back up to Zach Espenson. Left it behind for Tegan Dolman. Dolman has it stripped by Mitchell, and he sends it the length of the ice with 38 seconds to go on the Dordt man advantage. 15-10 to go in the second period. Dordt from its own end with Mason Spacher. Spacher loses it. Benson sent it in. Picked up by the Mavs and sent right back out to center ice. Zach Espenson working in with 17 seconds. Fires one. Blocker save made by Moore. Diving clear. Shermer can't get it past the blue line. Man Spacher sends it across ice for Dolman. Down low to Carrolls. Back up to the point. Espenson. Omaha back to full strength. Spacher couldn't hang on to that pass. Picks it back up in the corner. Takes a hit there from Kraut, who just came out of the box. And it's sent down by the Mavericks. Icing waved off as Shermer crashes in behind the back wall. Gets it to Kraut. Kraut circles, centers it out front. Blocked out, kicked out. Paraxlis takes it to center ice for Dordt. Paraxlis steers it towards the net. Moore sticks it to the corner. Rung around the back wall. Levi Loken takes it there. Faked a pass to the point. Intercepted off of his stick by Farnsworth. He gets it right back. Does Loken. Loken, as he was taken off the puck, Farnsworth going to get an interference call. And the Mavericks will skate back to the box. So right after, becoming free of their call, we thought it was interference on Farnsworth. Instead, the interference was on Paraxlis, though Omaha was the one who touched the puck up. So it will be the second power play of the game for the Mavericks. Paraxlis off for interference. I was about to raise protest as it didn't look like Farnsworth did much of anything, let alone interfere, as a shot goes wide high from Lowndes. On Paraxlis makes much more sense as the Mavs back on the power play second time tonight. Paraxlis did prevent Farnsworth from getting to that puck. Lowndes to Glazer. Glazer looks, shoots, off the blocker, and it's in! Blake Glazer! He's got to tie it up at one apiece here in the second and on the power play. He's the team leader in goals, assists, and points. He's already got the record for the Omaha goals, assists, and point numbers in a season, and he adds another one on here. Give him 8 games with a point, 28 points now in his last 8 games, including this one tonight, and a huge one to level us at 1, 6 minutes and 22 seconds into the second period. Back in on the attack of the Mavs. Tessier sent one wide. Forey's got the assist on the equalizer. At 6:48 of the first, it is 1-2-1. 2 power play goals, 1 from either side, and we are deadlocked. I will remind you that the last time Dordt and Omaha met on this ice back in 2024, it was Dordt who scored first. Omaha got the next 2 to win their first over the defenders as Hunsaker takes this one, sends it on net. It goes wide, looking for the deflection. Epperson was there in front. Another shot goes in, it's off the back wall. Wagner leaves it there for Lucas Epperson. Epperson loses it in the skates of the official, Todd Lucina. He gains it back, though. What individual effort from the freshman out of Kearney, Nebraska. Lucas Epperson wins it back to the blue line. Hunsaker fans on the shot. Back up by Epperson. Shot save made by Nansen. Wagner dances around a couple of guys in the corner, wins that puck to the point, shoots it in, it's wide left. Tracked down by Carrolls. He takes a big hit off of Wyatt Wagner, but does get that puck all the way down. Hunsaker first to it. The Mavs with a resurgence of energy here in the second period after getting that equalizing goal. Hunsaker dumps it into the offensive zone, glove down shallowly there by Torliner, and he sends it back. Dordt hasn't been able to hang on to the puck for a while. It's been all Mavs recently. As Forey keeps that trend going, finds, oh my goodness, it's off the crossbar. Turnover in front, and Bart sent it right off the bar. Hunsaker right back in off the bank shot. It's picked up by Dordt. Jansen off the wall. Great keep by Kraut. Poke checked the rest of the way out, but great effort off the stick blade of freshman Braden Kraut out of Hastings, Minnesota. Mitchell keeps this one at the line, another Minnesota native, as he wraps it around the wall. Dirk Schneider gathers there. Sends one on, blocked out front, parried to the corner. Finally touched up by Dolman for the defenders. He had it for just a moment, and Mitchell sends it back in on the attack. 10:50 to go in the second. Only 1 goal to speak of this period, and it's off of the stick blade. Blake Glazer has a shot in, save made! Cameron Moore just shut down the best player on the Dordt defenders. Sent back out in front. Dolman couldn't find anybody in front. Played back down by the Dordt defense. Grabbed by the Mavericks. Kept in by Horniman. Mitchell on the backhand ramps this one off the boards to center ice. That'll alleviate pressure for a moment as Mitchell wins this one forward yet again. Grabbed there by Benson, sent across ice for Welsh. Welsh to Paraxis and into the offensive zone. He banks it off the wall. Losing possession there, but it's kept in for a moment by Welsh. Welsh off the hand pass, touched up by Spacher. That'll bring the puck out to neutral ice, just past the midway point. 9:58 to go in the second, and it is a 1-1 contest. Glazer got the goal. It's his 33rd of the season, the most by any Maverick in any season, dating back to the 2019-20 year when ACHA hockey began again in Omaha. Back then, Dordt was going through a name change as they swapped out Dordt College Blades as taken down there is Charlie Lowndes, and we'll have a penalty coming up the next time the defenders, formerly Blades, touch up the puck. Extra man out there as Farnsworth controls. Delayed penalty coming up on Dordt. Lowndes from the blue line sends it, redirected off the pipe! Shermer picks it up, still loose, but now the whistle blows. It did not touch a defender. And the whistle blows, a trip call coming up. And Omaha heads back to the man advantage. 1 for 2 on the power play today. 1-for-1 when Paraxis heads to the box, and he's headed back. Paraxis, his second trip of the period. And this one in the second, 10 minutes 34 in. Paraxis off. Omaha back to the man advantage. 1-for-1 in this period, 1-for-2 on power plays in the game. In Lowndes. Across to Hedquist, back to the top of the zone. For Glazer. The only goal scorer for the Mavs today. Lowndes sends one right off the helmet of Schlechter. He plays it to the blue line, but not out. Lowndes sends it right back down, intercepted by Schlechter, and he skates this one out instead of clearing it. Schlechter still on that puck. He sends it to the blocker side of Moore. He deflects it off the back glass, and it's out to Glazer. In on the attack, Blake Glazer. From the backhand, cuts to the front of the net. Tried to get a shot up, didn't look like he got anything through. Picked up by Carrolls in his own end, circles towards the back of the cage where it's intercepted by Cam Fories. Fories out to Lowndes. Lowndes hangs on for a second. Off the back wall, he gets to Shermer. Shermer pressured there by Waggy, and Waggy able to lift this one all the way down. 53 seconds left on the Dordt penalty kill, and they get fresh bodies out there. Spacher wins the puck in the offensive zone on the penalty kill, loses it quickly to Wyatt Wagner. Wagner looks ahead and now decides to skate it. Wagner into the offensive zone, far side corner, leaves it behind. Grabbed there by Chase Mann. Pressured, so he rings it to the hash marks for Wyatt Wagner. Top of the zone, Mitchell. 27 seconds, he shoots one high off the glass. Banks out top of the circles for Hunsaker. Mitchell, opposite blue line, can't get it through Spacher. Great pressure there, but Nate Mitchell wins the puck back. Shoots one, blocker save Manson. To the corner it goes. Mitchell still on that puck, giving it up to Fitch. Back to Nate Mitchell. Looking out front, great shot blocked by Chris Jansen, preventing that one from getting to the slot. Wagner can't hang on to that puck. It leaks over the blue line, and Dordt 2 for 3 on the penalty kill as Paraxis heads back to the DU bench. The defender sent it up to center. Hunsaker wins the puck back there. Fitch off the backhand, plays it ahead for Hunsaker, spins and tries to center it, takes a hit for his troubles and can't find Epperson. It's to the wall. Grabbed by Chase Mann. Mann sends it near side with 7 minutes to go in the second. It's sent out by Dordt to center ice. Fitch taken down by Dolman, the two former teammates, and it's into the offensive zone, right on the crease, and they didn't get a clean shot off. Covering that one up and holding for a whistle is Cameron Moore. Now 18 saves on 19 shots for Cam Moore. And we get a face-off to the left of the sophomore goaltender in net for Omaha. The draw won forward by the Mavs. Lowndes plays it up ahead to Glazer. Glazer can't get it through the skates of Benson. It's played back out to center and picked up by Ryland Veenstra. Veenstra in on the attack. Shoots. Save made more. To the back wall it goes. Shermer gets it there. He can't hang on. Veenstra rings it around. To the point it goes for Welsh. Back down low. Veenstra plays it behind for Dolman. He can't hang on to it. Off the wall it goes to Shermer and out of the zone. Glazer works ahead. The most recent goal in the game is off of his stick blade as Farnsworth. Cross ice for Shermer. He couldn't get a shot off. It's off of his skates and into that of Nansen. From his pads to the point, another shot in, stopped. On the counterattack, Tyler Welsh comes one-on-one against Farnsworth. Farnsworth can't get it, and it's Welsh coast to coast to put the defenders back in front. Welsh gets the first even strength tally for either side, and he gets the defenders back in front. 2-1 at the 14-minute, 13-second mark of the period. Farnsworth was there with him. Got the initial poke check, but it went right back onto the stick of Welsh, who just flicked it up over the glove side of Moore. Hunsaker grabs this one and takes it back into the offensive zone for Omaha. Shea looking for a tip for Kraut. Couldn't get it through. James Shea and Charlie Shea, the unrelated pair out there of forwards, along with Kraut. Charlie Shea, a sophomore out of Kearney, Nebraska. Jimmy Shea from Chicago, Illinois, played in Sioux Falls before coming to Omaha this year, his first. 5 minutes left in the second. Pass cut down by Paraxis at center ice. He dumps it back in. It's grabbed by Omaha, but they can't break the puck out cleanly. Charlie Shea will try again now. Gets it up ahead to Kraut. Great pass from Charlie Shea onto the stick blade of Kraut. He gets it to the far side corner. Played off of that puck by Waggy out to the point for Nate Mitchell. Mitchell works back in, looking cross ice, and that shot goes up into the glass and around to center ice. Shea holds, tried to get it to Kraut on the short angle. Bart intercepts and takes it back in. Voorhees with a great defensive play there, forcing Bart off of the puck and allowing Moore to freeze that puck with 4:22 to go in the second. Shot in favor of the defenders, 21-14. In this period, shots are 9-8 in favor of Omaha, as the Mavericks win a defensive zone draw. It's out to center ice. Grabbed and dumped back in by Torlina. There's Mason Beth. On the far side to Wagner. He stops. Wagner to Mann. Mann couldn't get it from skate blade to stick blade. Nate Mitchell had it for a moment, but it's played out to center ice. Mitchell looking for Fitch back in the offensive zone, under 4 to go. Fitch taking off the puck. Jansen with the big hit. Mitchell fires one, blocked by Loken, still loose in the slot. Omaha couldn't get on it, and it's cleared to center ice. Bart lost it to Beth, who bounces it off the glass, and it's into the offensive zone. Wagner there for it, for Omaha, doing battle with Jansen. It's left behind for Hedquist. Hedquist darts around one man. To the slot for Farnsworth, fires one, and it's saved by Nansen. Taken down in the crease was Wyatt Wagner after the whistle, as Nansen covers up his 14th save of the contest, and he'll get a face-off to his left because of it. Draw won by Omaha, but they couldn't get it cleanly back to the point man. It goes all the way down behind the cage of Cam Moore, where the Mavericks break it back out to center. Shermer, cross ice in the neutral zone for Glazer, who retreats. Gives it to Voorhees, and even 3 minutes to go in the second. He sends it off the near wall. Shermer to a knee, couldn't win the race. Instead, he takes the puck and dumps it back down. Benson first to it for Dordt. It's won back by the Mavs. Played out. Glazer couldn't find anybody in front. And the other way comes Ryland Beanstra. Leaves it behind him for Dolman. He couldn't get it past Hedquist, as Hedquist bodied his former teammate off the puck. Shermer delivers a huge hit along the wall, much to the delight of the Maverick faithful here, who have been loud here inside Holland Center, as a hand pass called on Dordt will bring the puck into the offensive zone for a face-off with twos all around. 2 minutes, 22 seconds in period number 2. We just recently saw the second goal scored by the defenders, number 12, Tyler Welsh. Welsh, the most recent goal scorer out of Marshall, Minnesota. And he's on the puck here for Dordt, taking it out of the defensive zone Now into the offensive zone as he delivers a reverse hit to Farnsworth. It's rung around the back wall. Omaha had that puck for a moment, and it's Kraut picking it back up and taking it from center ice into the offensive zone, losing it right as he entered the line. And it's cleared back to Charlie Lowndes on defense for Omaha. Kraut can't win it cleanly. He's forced to dump it in on the backhand. Dordt picks that one up off the near wall. Lowndes on the intercept. Can't keep it cleanly. Spacher goes through the legs of Farnsworth. Farnsworth played the position, and as Moore covers up, 98 seconds to go in the period, and Omaha will head to the penalty box once more. So at 18:22, Farnsworth off for interference. Dordt gets its third power play chance of the game. 1 for 2 so far as Omaha has this one pinned in the corner. Orneman takes a hit, plays it back out to the point for Zach Espenson. Cross ice, looking for his brother Nick. Nick gains possession in the corner, spins around a couple of times, back to the point man Zach Espenson, who fires wide. Picked up by Ryland Veenstra, given down to Loken. Loken poke checked off the puck. Great play by Hunsaker, but he can't get it past Veenstra, who strips it right back. Veenstra sends it on that tip shot from Orneman, and it's wide. Kicked back to the point by Hunsaker, but not out. Zach Espenson to the top of the circle. Cross ice for his brother Nick. Nick looking down low, tried to get it to Veenstra. It's Hunsaker instead who gains possession of the puck and pins that one up against the wall with 40 seconds and bleeding away. Veenstra finally wins that back. Espenson can't hang on, just barely kept that one in along the blue line. Nick Espenson fakes a shot back to his brother Zach. Cross ice, Ryland Veenstra to Nick Espenson. Holds, shot, save made. Rebound chance, and another diving stop by Campmore. Second try, and it's blocked out by Wagner. Poke checks by Fitch, and here comes Carson Fitch on the counterattack. 10 seconds to move, and he gets bodied off of that puck. The interference call coming up the other way on Dordt. Rebound chance. Glazer can't get the shot off, and as Dordt touches up with 5.9 to go in the period, everybody can exhale. Elbowing. The call on Zach Espenson wipes out the remaining 20 seconds of the Dordt power play. We will be 4-on-4 for the remaining 5.9 left here in period number 2. The elbow from Espenson and an offensive zone draw. Whistle blows, and we've got to reset the board as we went from 5-9 to 4-5 on the false start. That clock did not get reset. One back to the point. Mitchell fires it. Tipped once. Rebound chance, and it's stopped by Manson right on the doorstep was Hedquist. Maybe an extra second and a few ticks would have helped, but we will never know as we head to the end of the period with a score of 2-1 in favor of the Dordt defenders. One goal from each side in that period. Dordt heads off with a 24-18 advantage in the shot column. And we've got 20 more minutes of action here from Holland Ice Center. You're listening to the UNO ACHA Mavericks on YouTube. We'll be back with you for the third. Boy, the scoreboard's dark too. Welcome back. Period number 3, Dordt and Omaha. Dordt took a 2-1 lead before the end of the second period. That's where we stand now as Glazer has the puck. Hedquist fires it from the point into the glove of Nansen, and he covers and holds. 8 seconds remain. We are 4-on-4 to start this frame, the final frame of Game 1 here, barring overtime or shootouts. So in 8 seconds' time, Farnsworth will be let out of the box. At that point, it will be a minute and 32 seconds of a 5-on-4 power play because of the elbowing call on Zach Espenson. The officials are working with the head coach of the defenders as he was questioning just what went on with the clock off as the Mavs win the draw in the offensive zone. Trailing by 1. They desperately need this one. The next one. Farnsworth out of the box. Mavs to the power play. Another minute 30 to work with. 1 for 2. This the third chance as Glazer to the center. Shermer had the shot, and it just goes off the shin pads of Benson. Still with it are the Mavericks. From the point, Lowndes fires wide. Hedquist down low to Glazer. Back around, Ryan Hedquist to the point for Charlie Lowndes. Cross ice for Glazer. Holds, looks to the center. Poke checked out of danger. Onto the stick blade of Ryland Veenstra, who darts ahead. Under a minute to go on the Dordt PK as he sends one off the side of the cage. Picked back up by the Mavericks. And Glazer works ahead. Glazer holds, fires one, and it's off the glass behind the cage. Picked up by Jansen, glove down at the blue line. Charlie Lowndes keeps it in for a moment. Has to track that one back to center ice off the good stick from Tristan Schlechter. Wagner takes it back in. Looking across for Glazer. Instead, he turns to the point for Lowndes. Back to Wagner, to Fories, who fires, tipped by Shermer, and wide. To the corner for Glazer. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Zach Espenson. Wagner behind the cage, stripped off of it. Jansen, poke check by Shermer, it's loose in front, picked up by Loken, and as he touches up, delayed call coming, and Jansen stands over the man he just took down, Tyler Shermer. Shermer works up slowly as Jansen works off slowly to the penalty box. It will be an 11-second 5-on-3 man advantage as Jansen the cross check directly to the cage of Tyler Shermer. Five on 3. As a minute 44 into the period, Jansen with a cross-check penalty and a quick shot off the draw is covered by Nansen. Nansen, in his 10 wins, is averaging just 15 saves a game. In this one, he's already up to 20. As Omaha wins the draw again, they're looking to put more shots on Timothy Nansen as Dordt gets this one down, and they're back to 5-on-4 play. We'll be that way for the next minute and 40 seconds as Wagner sends this one off the wall to Fitch. Fitch holds, fires right into the breadbasket for Nansen, who covers up and holds. Nansen in net for 10 of the defenders' 19 straight victories. They're desperately looking for 20 straight wins in this one. Again, that's 19 wins in a row without a loss for Dordt, and they're going for 20. They have the lead right now. It's an offensive zone draw win by the Mavericks, who trail 2-1 to the defenders, looking for 20 straight. Puck out to the point. Lowndes keeps it in. Still on the man advantage for another minute and 15 seconds are the Mavericks. As Glazer to the corner. He had a power play goal in the first period. Excuse me, it was in the second. As Glazer crossed to Lowndes. Shot ramps off the stick of Loken to the corner. Tracking it down there is Welsh, who gets it out to center ice. Charlie Lowndes. Maverick records for most goals, assists, and points by a defenseman in a single season. And Lowndes halted for a moment as Forey's had to get back out of the zone. Now it's in for Glazer. Glazer looks out front. Hedquist had it in front. It's still loose there. Another shot. Save made by Manson. Lowndes keeps it in. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Lowndes stops. Omaha 1 for 3 on the power play today. Forey's to Lowndes. Save made. Rebound chance from Shermer. It's in! Tyler Shermer has tied us up again. And give Shermer 8 straight games with a point as Tyler Shermer, 9 goals and 12 assists, 21 points as the UNO chant rings out across Holland Ice Center. The Mavs have tied it up in the third. Two, our brand new score, thanks to the stick blade of Tyler Shermer. Fitch and Glazer with the assists on Shermer's tally, his 10th of the season. Dordt back the other way. Nick Espenson dumps it in on the attack. We are tied at 2 here in the third. Hedquist. That was Kraut doing battle there with Wagyu. He's taken down. And Shea has his skate blade lifted. Dolman gets it to Veenstra. Left behind at the blue line. It's intercepted by Charlie Shea. Shea dumps it around Espenson and tries to chase it. Couldn't win the race, and it becomes icing. 4 minutes and 14 seconds into a dead even third period of play. Just when they've needed it, it's been the Kearney connection. Blake Glazer and Tyler Shermer burying those pucks in the back of the net for the Omaha Mavericks. And Glazer and Shermer, they've been playing hockey together forever. Started back in the Tri-City Junior Storm days. Traveled all around the Midwest playing together in purple and black. Then they were together in Lincoln with the Junior Stars playing high school. They had 2 seasons together in Minnesota playing for the Blue Hawks in the USPHL, and now they're here in ACHA D3 trying to take the top seat in the MACHA. Kraut into the offensive zone, shoots one, it goes off the glove and over the cage. Manson didn't get that one clean, but he got lucky enough. Taken into the zone by Orneman. Backhand shot goes well over the net, and it's cleared out to center ice by Lucas Epperson of the Mavericks. 5 minutes gone here in the third. Shot in from outside the zone. Save made by Moore. Poke check by Orneman into his glove, and that serves him right. Serves Orneman right in the corner. He gets pummeled by a couple of Mavericks after a ridiculous poke check into the glove of Cameron Moore after the whistle. A slash or a spear should be coming Orneman's way. And he's taking his helmet straps off, and the penalty box door is being opened. Orneman is skated off. Charlie Lowndes will take the collateral damage. You don't let him do that to your goalie. DU should get a double minor. We will see how the penalties shake out. Either way, we are 5 minutes and 6 seconds into the third, and there is nothing settled about this one. Dordt has taken the lead twice at 1-0 and 2-1, but the Kearney kids, Blake Glazer and Tyler Shermer, have been there to answer just every time Dordt has had the edge. They chat about the penalties in the referee's arc. The two captains, Troy Hunsaker of the Mavericks and Andrew Benson of the defenders sit with our two officials, Todd Lucina and Rob Fitzpatrick. And Lowndes is somehow picking up the extra 2 after that scrum in the corner. We thought it surely had to go the other way, with Dordt being the instigator of all of that action. But instead it will be Lowndes who picks up a 2-minute penalty. It will be a neutral zone draw. Someone else has to go in and serve the 2-minute side of Lowndes' penalty, meaning Charlie Lowndes in there for no less than 2 minutes and 1 second. We'll see how this all shakes out. It is a neutral zone draw, 5 minutes into the third, and Omaha, on its 4th penalty kill of the night, will make Dordt start 200 feet away from their net. Omaha can't hang on to it. Dordt into the offensive zone, left behind and cleared by Ryan Hedquist all the way down. Nansen has to go grab it outside of his cage. He leaves it at the face-off dot for Nick Espenson. Espenson sent one for Bart. He couldn't hang on to it. And as Hunsaker touches up, the cardinal sin committed by the defenders of icing the puck on the power play. It will go back to the end of Tim Nansen. An excellent game in his own right. 22 saves on 24 shots, though it is just the 5th game that Nansen has allowed a goal in his 11 ACHA starts. Bart takes this one out of his own end, sends it across ice. Loken is offside, so Dordt will have to regroup at center. Veenstra to Bart. Back to Ryland Veenstra, to the point man Espenson. Holding, looking, shot right into the shin pads of Blake Glazer. He races after it. It'll be Nick Espenson touching up first. The two Espenson bros circling back to their own zone to get that puck into the offensive zone eventually. Fories loses his stick. It's pinned up there against the wall along with Zach Espenson, and Fories shoveled that one out with his mitt. It'll be a hand pass and an offensive zone draw for Dordt. 49 seconds remain on the penalty to Charlie Lowndes. At that time, Carson Fitch, who was in there serving the two-minute penalty Lowndes took, Fitch will be let out of the box, along with Ruben Orneman and Charlie Lowndes at the next whistle. Dordt with the puck in the offensive zone, 2-2 our score, 35 seconds to work with on the defender's power play. Shot saved right by the shin pads of Glazer, and he dives after that one, sweeping at that puck up into the netting. It'll go for a whistle and another offensive zone draw for DU. Mason Carrolls, one of 5 seniors on this defender squad, opposite the sophomore Tyler Shermer, and Carrolls wins it. To the point, Welsh, down to Dolman and back again. Now cross ice for Spacher. To Welsh, pass to Dolman, who shot, and it's saved by Moore. Grabbed by Carroll, still in the zone. He takes it to the blue line, tries to pass back down low. It's cut out by Dirk Schneider and sent all the way down. 2 seconds and 1 as Fitch is out of the box. Omaha 3 for 4 on the man advantage. As Mann has that one in his skates, he will regroup back to his own end. 12 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third. Someone's got to score here. It can end in a 2-2 tie. Though Omaha does have 2 ties on its ledger, as Spacher wins the race for that puck, negating icing. Mavs take the puck in defensive zone, working to change defense to offense. Jimmy Shade to Fitch, who fires wide. behind the net. Fitch tracks his own rebound. Out to Kraut. Shot deflected off of the pad of Nansen, though he didn't know. Rebound chance for Fitch, and it goes wide. Oh, Nansen was unaware that Fitch was waiting on the back door, but he just put the puck wide. And the puck now all the way down in the Maverick zone. Forries looked to send a pass up ice. It came right back to him. So he tried again and found Braden Kraut, who takes it into the offensive zone, turns one towards the net. It's behind the cage. James Shea looking to line up Waggy. He couldn't deliver the hit, but will pick up the puck in the near corner anyways. Waggy couldn't find anyone in front. Loken picks that one up and screams it down the ice. Forries doing battle with Dolman. And finally the whistle blows for icing. Forries won the race. And Dordt will have some tired bodies out on the ice for this defensive zone draw with 11:27 to play. When we ended the second period, shots were 24-18 in favor of the defenders. Now the shot board reads 25-26, still in favor of DU, but they've only got 2 this period. Omaha with 7 of their own, one of them in the back of the net, and another seeing eye from Forries. That one just wide off the corner. Cam Forries celebrating his birthday today, one of the older Mavericks on this squad. He's a junior, just one of 2. Shot into the shoulder of Moore. He saved it but didn't know where. His defense right there to pick it up on the doorstep and clear it out to center ice. Dolman on the backhand, intercepted by Shermer. He rings it into the offensive zone. Shermer delivers a hit. Puck caroms off of Jansen. Up to Dolman. Great poke check from Hedquist. Looking out to center ice for Shermer. He keeps it. Hedquist had it stripped off of his stick by Nick Espenson, and back the other way come the defenders. Espenson from the backhand. Save made by Moore. Covering up and holding. Well, if this one isn't fun enough for you, we've got one more game between number 16 Omaha and number 11 Dordt coming up tomorrow night at 6:30. It'll be right back here on Holland Ice. We encourage you to come on out and support the Mavericks. But we also appreciate you tuning in wherever you are to the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube stream. And if you showed up tonight, you might not be able to find a seat. We are to the gills here at Holland. Has 10:15 to go in the game. Still deadlocked at 2 as number 2, Carson Fitch, dances around to hit in the offensive zone. Turned over. Welsh to Benson, and he lifts it out. To Ruben Ornament, had the game's first goal way back 3 minutes into the first period. He takes a hit from Farnsworth, and that one's loose to the far side wall for Welsh. He had the second defender goal, that one early in the second period, and he delivers a jab to Chase Mann as Omaha wins that puck back out of the offensive zone. Lowndes fires it right into the glove of Nansen, who hangs on and will hold for the whistle. We are over the midway line in the third period. 9:41 to go in this contest. These Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association West Divisional matchups cannot end in a tie. As Kraut fires it off the stick blade, it's loose in the crease, and it's in! It's in! Braden Kraut had the initial chance, and it looked like Fitch was the one to put it on the doorstep. No, James Shea. Jimmy Shea gives the Mavericks their first lead of the game, and it could not come at a better time. Oh, man, this crowd is loving it. After the Chicagoan scored the goal, James Shea at 10 minutes and 24 seconds of the period. Shea was injured in Game 2 of the Big Classic way back in November of 2025. Took a bad knee hit against Indiana in a game the Mavericks eventually won, but he had been sidelined until last weekend when he returned to the Mavs in Arkansas. He's got his first goal in 2026, and it could not be a more opportune one. Dolman takes it back into the zone. Dordt trying to get the equalizer now in a position they have not been all game, a position they have rarely been all season. They are 19-0, trying for 20 wins. The UNO chant still sounding as the Mavs bear down on Nansen with 9:08 to go, forcing a whistle in the offensive zone. For Shea, it's his sixth. 6 goals, 4 assists, and 10 points now for the freshman, former Sioux Falls Flyer. Again, just his 3rd game since returning from injury. One that he suffered in the Big Classic. Omaha keeps that puck in. Dordt tried to break it out. Benson looking towards the near side wall. Off the glass, a weird carom off the stanchion. And Dordt finally does lift it out on the 3rd effort. Welsh steered it to center ice for just a moment. It was ramped in back by Hedquist. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Benson grabs it. Dolman can't hang on to it. Doing battle with Hedquist. He finally wins it back, but Glazer intercepts right there at the blue line and dumps it back down into the offensive zone. Dordt struggling to keep possession through the neutral zone is another good poke check, this time by Zach Farnsworth. But Shermer couldn't find anyone cross ice. It's cleared back out to center, and Farnsworth dumps it back in. Picked up there by Welsh, sends it caddy corner to the near side glass. Omaha quick to turn it back in. Dordt sends it back out again. Paraxis cleared to center, takes a big hit. Tried to glove that one down. Instead, it's Omaha. Fitch dances around one man, shoots it, save made. Rebound chance from Mann, and it goes off a body in front. That looked like Paraxis, who got the shot block off of Mann. Mann leaves it behind for Fitch. He works in, blocker save, Nansen. Wagner grabs a hold of that loose puck to Lowndes, save made, Nansen. Rebound chance, and it's done! It's in! Chase Mann gets on the board and gives the Mavericks a 2-goal advantage. Just 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Mann had a longer timeout with injury. He had not played before the Arkansas series since November the 8th against Kansas. He got an assist last weekend against Arkansas, but said he still didn't feel 100%. He sure looks it here as he puts the Mavericks up by 2. 12 minutes, 31 seconds into the period. Wagner and Fitch get the assists on the goal from Chase Mann. And the Mavs, with just 7 minutes to go, have their largest lead of the contest. It's 4-2, UNO. And the pressure mounting. Dordt still with trouble getting it through the neutral zone. Waggy tries skating it up. He'll dump it before entering the blue line. It's picked up by Charlie Lowndes for the Mavs. He rings it along the wall. Dumped down low again by Espenson, but quickly turned back out by Omaha. It will not be far enough for icing as Waggy picks it back up in his own end, sending it up the near wall for Carrolls. Carrolls stops upon entry. Tried to look down low, intercepted by Omaha. Kraut doing battle with Nick Espenson, and he wins it out to center ice. Zach Espenson left it behind for Benson. He takes a hit, stays on the puck, getting it to Bart. Left back behind for Benson. On the backhand, Benson fires, save made by Moore, and he covers up for a whistle. Cameron Moore, his 27th save of the contest. Omaha has eclipsed Dordt in shots, now with 32. to the defenders 28, including 14 this period to just 5 for Dordt. In terms of shots on goal, 2 of those 13 have found their way past Nansen, who has let in as many goals as he allowed all season in any game, and he covers up there. Nansen last allowed 4 goals against KU. It was their last time out. It was the first time anybody had put more than 1 on him in a single game. Omaha has now put 4 behind the back of the freshman Timmy Nansen in net for Dordt. And the defenders forced to play the puck behind the cage of Nansen. It's Benson sending it, brushing off the netting, and that one will stay in the offensive zone of Omaha. 5:41 to go. It'll be Hedquist slowly working in to take the draw opposite the top point scorer for the defenders, Ryland Veenstra. Hedquist wins that one straight ahead. Blazers some trouble with it. It's played out to center ice, but Hunsaker there for the Mavs. Solid back line of Hunsaker and Forey's 2 experienced Mavericks, as it's Glazer and Shermer with Hedquist on the offensive attack. Shermer works towards the slot, fires one, save made by Nansen, left loose out in front. Benson gathers the rebound and plays it up ahead. Looking for Veenstra, a long 2-line pass. Veenstra stops at the circle, looking up for Dolman. Dolman fires, save made by Moore. Picked up by Glazer and sent all the way out. Glazer tried to work around Waggy. Instead, it's Paraxlis picking it up in the corner. Dolman, some trouble with it. Shermer with the pressure. And it's played out to center ice. Waggy can't move around his own man. He gets disrupted by Orneman, who instead takes the puck and works in. Ruben Orneman on the backhand, looks towards the front, has it poked behind the cage. 4.5 minutes to go. Shot in, goes wide. Waggy could not get that one on target, and it rings all the way into the defender's defensive zone. Zach Espenson, the elder of the 2 Espenson bros on this squad. He loses it. Kraut with a turnover and a shot. Save made by Nansen. And a poke check with the glove right into the belly of Braden Kraut. Cross ice pass. Kraut dumps it further down. Espenson rings it, but he can't get it out. It's Nate Mitchell. To Shea, looked for Kraut, but couldn't get a shot off. Great defense there from Paraxlis. He leaves it behind the cage. Waggy has it poke checked. His pass was cut off. Shea couldn't keep it, and it's cleared out to the Maverick defensive line with 3:43 to go. Noah Dirkschneider gets it to Shea, lifts it up ahead, knocked down by Espenson. Played around him to Kraut. Kraut holds, fires, and scores! Braden Kraut! Braden Kraut! He's got the Mavericks up 3 with 3:31 to go. It's all over but the whistle, folks. 3:31 to go, and the Mavs have pulled ahead with a 3-goal lead. Braden Kraut, just his 8th goal of the year, and he puts this one behind Nansen. 5-2 Omaha. Nansen had not given up more than 4 goals all in a single game all season. Omaha's got 4 in this period against him. And Wagner, hungry for more, gets it to Fitch. 16-29, the goal from Braden Kraut, his 8th, and Charlie Lowndes takes it into the offensive zone. Fires, glove save by Nansen, loose into the corner. Logan takes a big hit from Chase Mann as the puck freed into the offensive zone for Wagner, who shoots, and it goes high and wide. Picked up by Charlie Lowndes, who dumps it further down. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Omaha 5, Dordt 2. Dordt began the season at Division I Waldorf. They lost that game, but it did not count. for their ACHA standings is a shot from Nick Espenson, blockered away by Cam Moore. Moore now up to 28 saves as Beth can't get it past Carroll, who dumps it back down into the defender's attacking end. 2:15 to go. And Lowndes sends it up ahead. It's cut out by Dolman. Dolman working desperately. He has it intercepted off of his blade by Glazer. Stick lift from Glazer trying to work around Waggy. He couldn't get it out. To the near side, Glass, and Glazer pushes this one into the offensive zone. Intercepted by Dolman. Grabbed by Waggy. Taken down by Hedquist. No arms in the air with 1:45 to go. Glazer, hungry for more. He had the first Maverick goal of this game and instead delivers a hit to Zach Espenson. His brother Nick takes that puck and works out of the offensive zone. 90 seconds to play. Omaha 5, Dordt 2. Glazer stops at center ice. Now he turns back to his own end. Delayed call coming up out of frustration on Dordt. 19 straight wins will do that to you. They haven't lost in forever. And the Mavs giving it to them here in the third period. Still a delayed call coming as Dordt touches up the puck there. 1:09 to go in this dandy. It is 5-2 Omaha, and they're headed back to the power play. 2 for 4 with the man advantage tonight with the Mavericks. They will get a fifth opportunity. It won't matter as Omaha has come out with a resurgence of energy, a renewed spirit to this third period, and they have dominated the defenders but to a tune of 4 goals in the third. All that's left is the whistle, folks. Wagner hangs on to this one, 5-on-4, as Hunsaker rings it around the back wall for Wagner. Mitchell sends one off the glass high. It's behind the cage for Fitch with 46 seconds ticking away. The first one from Blake Glazer was an answer from Dordt's Ruben Orneman. After the first period ended 1-0 in favor of DU, Glazer answered quickly to make it 1-1. A tip shot and it's in. Carson Fitch sprinkles a little salt on the wound, adding a little extra flavor for Game 2 tomorrow night, as with 26 seconds to go, Omaha 6, Dordt 2. The UNO chants ring out at Holland Ice Center. Fitch gets his second of the contest. It is 6-2 Omaha. Manson has not given up 6 goals in a single game all year. Omaha has done it to him tonight. We'll see who takes the net for Game 2. Fitch with the last tally. 10 seconds and bleeding away. Dordt has this one. Ruben Orneman takes it. It won't matter. Shot off the side of the cage from Cameron Moore, who has been phenomenal all night, doing push-ups in the crease to celebrate a shutout third period as Omaha skates to a 6-2 victory in Game 1. Shots in the game, 40-30 in favor of the Mavericks of Omaha. When we entered the third period, it was 24-18 in favor of Dordt. 5 goals in the third period for the Mavs as the teams gather at center ice right in front of that O logo and will give glory to God. Amen, amen, amen. As Andrew Benson with the lead of the prayer, both teams, all players involved in that one, as the Mavericks, 5 goals in the third period, to take this one from the Dordt defenders, the 11th ranked Dordt defenders, I should add, in a huge conference matchup. We will be right back with you for the series finale between number 11 Dordt and number 16 Omaha tomorrow, right here at Holland Ice Center, 6:30 p.m. We will see you here. Do not miss it. I've been Nate Obrecht alongside Caden McDermott, Sebastian Cassiopo. Thank you for tuning in to the UNOACHA Mavericks YouTube channel. Good night. See you tomorrow. Go Mavs.